What's going on, you guys? My name is Hartley and welcome to another weekly watch list video. If you're new here, this is my weekly video where I share with you all of the stocks that are at the top of my list going into Monday morning. Now, I do not recommend placing a market order for these stocks as soon as it opens on Monday morning, but what I am trying to show you is that these are the stocks that are either forming a trading pattern or represent a unique opportunity that I just want to share with you. So if you get any value out of this, please make sure you like and subscribe to the video and my channel. I sincerely appreciate it. Okay, so this week started off absolutely phenomenal. I made a small position in a company that I have covered before on this channel. I made a video about them just a couple of weeks ago. They're called DraganFly, and they are a drone company, and they spiked like crazy at the middle of December. The stock has almost doubled since then. It has done exceptionally well. I'm up 69.5% in a matter of 4 days. This is my entry spot, and I am super bullish on this stock, and it is one that I've covered on this channel before. Now, what's really cool about this week that has just passed is we set new records in almost every indice that you look at. So the S&P 500 closed out on Friday at an all-time high. The NASDAQ and the Dow Jones both closed out on Thursday and Friday at all-time highs. We had a phenomenal week in the markets, and all of the big indexes that you may look at are doing extremely well, especially in the United States. However, when we look at COVID, the chart is also going up. So the COVID numbers basically just pulled right from worldometer.com. The last day that was reported, I want to say it was January 7th or January 8th, was an all-time high in the United States, just crossing over 300,000 cases. So not a good sign. There's a lot of lives being affected by this and a lot of sick people because of this. But I do want to bring it up because this could still have a major impact, especially if the COVID vaccines don't roll out as well or as efficiently as we were hoping. Now, when it comes to next week, I want to start off with Drone Delivery Canada because this is the chart that I showed you on my weekly watch list video last week. I said, hey, I think there's some support at 80 cents. I zoomed in on this chart to the hourly time frame. I showed you why I think there's support at 80 cents, and I think that it was crossing through this trend line. And when we look at the chart this week, it looks absolutely phenomenal, and I was 100% correct. We started Monday off with an absolute runner of a day. We got to a high of around 90 cents, and we closed out the week at a high of 91 cents. We completely obliterated the trend line that was right here. We bounced off the support at 80 cents that I pointed out on this channel, and now we are doing extremely well. I personally still think that this stock has a ton of room to run all the way up to 110 and even higher as more news and more announcements come out. I am super bullish on the drone industry, and I'm currently holding Drone Delivery Canada. I'm still holding DraganFly, and I also hold Egg Eagle. So those are my holdings. I also own ZEN Graphene. I'm super happy on this one. I got in here below $2 and it is now pushing $3.75. I'm bringing it up right now because as you can see here, it has tested this 375 level, basically 1 day, 2 day, 3 day, and 4 days here. It closed out on Friday right at 375. And so what I'm expecting for Monday, Tuesday is it to break this 375 mark, and I'm expecting some continuation here. I think graphene is going to be big in 2021, and I think this stock is only going to move higher. So I'm super happy with my position. I trimmed a little bit right here. I took some profits there, but I still have a good size position in ZEN Graphene, and I'm pretty happy about it. Now, the next company that I want to point out to you is Shopify. This company has been on my watch list several times. I highlighted here when it was breaking out of the resistance. It broke out. It has now come back down and retested the resistance that was formed basically in November and back here in August, September. And now on Thursday and Friday, it has basically moved way higher from about 1100 to 1188. It had a nice little run of around 7 or 8% right there, and it had a nice clear bounce off of support. If this continues on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, I'm going to be a big buyer of Shopify. I think they are very well positioned, and now we're going to start seeing how well they did over Christmas season because we're going to start getting some reports and some financials. So I'm really excited about that. It also just crossed over its moving average. So a lot of bullish things happening here right now. You can see the MACD looks like it's about to cross over. Not much action on the volume, and the RSI is a little choppy, but I like Shopify, especially long term. I think this is a great opportunity for a short-term trade, take a little bit of profit, and then turn this into a long-term hold. I think Shopify is an excellent company to hold. Now, the next one is NIO. I pointed out NIO a couple of weeks ago on my watch list when we broke through this trend line. We had clear support here that was established back in November. We had a very clear downtrend right here. We had a very clear breakout. That's when I highlighted it to everybody, and now we have gone from a low of around 39 $49, $40 to a high of $58, $59, and it is the exact same level as the high that was established back in November. So really interesting chart here, kind of like what happened with Workhorse a few weeks ago. However, Workhorse basically got to that high and then came back down. I think NIO is actually going to break through this, and so if we see a clear break of that $60 mark, NIO is a stock or a position that you might want to take up. I think there's a lot of room to run here, especially as electric vehicles just seem to be all the rage right now. Now make sure you trade with the stop loss. This one would be really easy to do. If you get in at 59, let's say all the way up to 61, you get in, you set your stop loss at 58, you set it at 58.50. That way, if you're wrong, you get out of the trade and you limit your downside. But if you're right, you let that sucker run and you put a trailing stop loss on it and you'd be all set to go. Now, the last one that I want to point out to you is Hyliion. I've got burnt twice on this stock. I will totally admit it, but I did have a stop loss on it, so it didn't hurt too much. So I don't feel bad about it. I'm still interested in Hyliion. And if you look at the company here, you can see that it's basically bottomed out around this $15 mark twice now. So I'm really interested. We got a double bottom right here. We'll see if it can break through the resistance that looks like it has formed here. We'll see what happens over the next little while. It might be worth a small little play, especially because Hyliion has not seen the run up that every other electric vehicle stock has seen. So maybe it's just a little bit delayed. Maybe the fundamentals aren't there, or maybe it's a good value right now. We'll see what happens when it comes Monday, Tuesday, if it can break those levels. Now, if you guys are interested in seeing more of my technical analysis and how I trade and my actual full watch list, then definitely consider signing up for my Discord chat. That is where I'm trying to build a community of traders to share our research, share our trade ideas, and build everybody up and help everybody make more money. So if that sounds like something you're interested in, there's a link down below and you can join the Discord chat for $5 per month. I would love to have you there, and I'm trying to basically build a community of traders that want to help each other. Now, in summary, what I'm trying to say here is that diversity is key. If you noticed, 3 weeks ago, I was talking about magic mushroom companies. 2 weeks ago, I was talking about graphene companies, and this week, I am now talking about drone companies. It is a full variety, but I'm still holding all three of those different industries, and so diversity is the key here, because mushroom and psychedelic companies haven't done anything in the last 2 weeks, and then graphene was the hot topic. Now it's drones, and that is why you want to hold a diversified portfolio, because when one doesn't do well, or when one isn't doing anything at all, the other industries are probably going to be moving, and that has served me so well over the last 2 weeks, so I want to pass on that message to you. And the last thing that I want to say is that simple technical patterns are usually the best and the most reliable. If you look at my trading over the last few weeks, all I'm looking for is bounces off of support and breakouts to all-time highs. That's my strategy, that's my go-to, that's my bread and butter, and it has worked out tremendously well for me. So if you guys are interested in learning more about that and learning more about the strategy, then definitely consider signing up for my stock market course. That is where I have poured my heart and soul into videos that basically show everything you need to know about the stock market, and it is completely free when you sign up for a 2-week free trial on Skillshare. You get access to the entire platform. You can do my entire course, and you can cancel before the 2 weeks is up. That way you get the entire thing for free. There's 9 hours of content on there, so if you can do the entire course in 2 weeks, you're all set. There's 1,200 students that have already gone through it. There's 70 reviews for you to read. It's hosted on Skillshare, and there's a link down in the description below. And if you guys get any value out of this video, or you see any value in the stocks that I'm bringing up, please consider hitting that like and subscribe button. I sincerely appreciate it. It really helps out my channel, and we will see you guys in the next video. Talk to you soon.